Ken Bruce is presenting his final show on BBC Radio 2 today as the veteran broadcaster admitted it was a shame bosses asked him to leave earlier than he anticipated. The Scottish presenter opened his mid-morning programme at 9:30 a.m., receiving messages of thanks from well-wishers when the Zoe Ball breakfast show handed over. Opening the programme, Ken stated, "Lots of lovely music on this programme. Don't go looking for any secret messages or hidden agendas behind them, they're just good songs, all the way through. Enjoy." Ken, 72, is leaving Radio 2 after more than 30 years working at the BBC and will join rival station Greatest Hits Radio. He will be replaced on Radio 2 by Vernon Kay in May, with Gary Davis sitting in until then. Ken's exit has sparked an ageism row as a number of older presenters, including Paul O'Grady, 67, Steve Wright, 68, and Simon Mayo, 64, have all left radio in the past year. Speaking on Radio 4 ahead of his final show, he admitted it was a shame the BBC asked him to leave the station 3 weeks earlier than planned. Ken explained, "It's entirely within the BBC's right to ask me to step away a little early. But for the sake of 17 days, which was all that was remaining on my contract, it seems a shame." Ken, who is expected to start on Greatest Hits Radio in April, continued, "Gardening leave is a known concept in broadcasting, and in many other areas. But you just adapt your timetable, and instead of 3 weeks, it's 1 week, and that's fine. My belief is that, when I'm given a contract, I work to it and complete it. Over the last 46 years, I haven't had very much time off. I've attempted to turn up whenever I'm required to turn up. So my natural feeling as a broadcaster is if I've got 17 days to do, I want to do them." A BBC spokesperson told Express.co.uk, Ken decided to leave Radio 2 and it's always been known he's leaving in March. Returning to Wogan House for a week after a month of broadcasting the Piano Room sessions at Maida Vale provided a natural break. "We wish Ken all the best for the future." New presenters including, Vernon, 48, Scott Mills, 49, Rylan Clark, 34, and Michelle Visage, 54, are now presenters on Radio 2. Listeners have since taken to social media to bid farewell to the legendary broadcaster. Twitter user, Wilma wrote, "Goodbye Radio 2. Ken Bruce axed early to prevent him from promoting his Greatest Hits radio show. After 31 years you'd think at Radio 2 would afford him a little respect, wouldn't you? I'll be switching off after your show today at Real Ken Bruce." Steve tweeted, "Going to be a difficult and emotional day as BBC Radio 2 and Popmaster legendary DJ Ken Bruce at Real Ken Bruce leaves after 37 years. Have loved listening to Ken for the last 25 years. Thank you so much for everything, Ken, you are so loved." Helen commented, "Anyone else following Ken Bruce when he leaves? BBC should have fought hard to keep him." Ken first joined the BBC in 1977 in his 30s as a Radio Scotland presenter, going on to present several different programmes. His first regular slot on Radio 2 was the Saturday Late Show in 1984, and the following year he fronted the Radio 2 Breakfast Show, taking over from Sir Terry Wogan. The broadcaster later moved to mid-mornings in 1986 and after a brief stint on late nights and early mornings, returned to mid-mornings in January 1992.